Brock Bowers isn't leaving. Brock Bowers isn't leaving.
Mashed potatoes. Yeah, buddy.
Brock Bowers to start week 2. That, per his coach, fully expected. This isn't we wonder. It's that he looked terrific. And that he was just sitting out as the precaution, as we kind of alluded to all week. And we still have people saying, should I start Brock Bowers? Hey, Smitty, just curious. Should I start him? Should I? He's not leaving.
Let him cook.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
He's not leaving. Must start of the week, by the way, is this man, Dak Prescott. Getting a lot of questions about this man, but he is an absolute must start this week. Let me just, maybe you got a dilemma that you can't, necessarily deploy him, but in general, if you have Dak Prescott, you probably have him as a starter or in some sort of rotation. BBQ ain't leaving either. He just dropped 50 gifted members.
Let him cook.
BBQ, appreciate that 50 gifted membership. Guys, drop a thank you emoji, an eggplant emoji, BBQ. I'm sorry, was it BBQ? No, Perps dropped 50. What am I saying? First of all, BBQ always drops this, so that was well deserved. But Perps dropped 50 gifted memberships at the beginning of the show.
Let him cook.
Perps, I'm sorry. Perps, thank you for dropping the 50 gifted memberships. BBQ is always dropping them, so it's well deserved anyway. But Perps, thank you for dropping that. Everybody thank Perps. Put a prayer emoji or a thank you emoji up for Perps. Tell him thank you. BBQ still the man. Perps is the man. Andy and Andre and New Age Outlaw all been dropping wads. Ron Navy, obviously. But anyway, back to Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is a must start this week at home against the Giants. He's 13-0 against the Giants. He is averaging, I believe, it's something like 270 yards and like 2.4 or 2.5 or 2.3. 2.45, something like that, touchdowns per game. It's going to be a constant barrage of people just not listening to me, like Miguel. May or Prescott? What did I just say? Miguel, what did I just say? Am I up here touting Drake May this week? He's a must-start play. If you ask me if you should start Dak or some mid-level quarterback play, not saying I don't like Drake May, or that he can't make it proud, but you're not hearing me. You're not hearing me. Make sure you're listening to what I'm saying. So a must start for Dak. You're looking at probably a 3 TD, 300-yard game is what I'm probably going to guesstimate happens. Back on the news here, the headline, Pete Carroll said that Brock Bowers' knee participated today, looked terrific, and is expected to start Monday night versus the Chargers. Again, fantastic. Stock is on the rise. Get Bowers in your lineup. If I read one, Smitty, but do we start Bowers? I'm going to lose it. I'm going to absolutely lose it. Judkins is active, but we don't know what he's going to get workload-wise. So hang tight on that one. I wouldn't go starting Judkins this week. And keep in mind that we still got a man named Dylan Sampson that has something to say about all that. This right here, there's no sense of urgency in New York to bench Russell Wilson in favor of Jackson Dart. This is a very disappointing sentiment, but it does prove that this team's not in it to try and... No one's saying they're going to the playoffs. Like, don't get me wrong. Don't twist up what I'm saying. But if they're fighting for it, and let's say they mathematically have a chance in the... mathematically, I mean like 5% chance in the final, like let's say it's week 14. They're not shutting down Nabers as quickly, right? They're going to say, oh, we got to put on a face here. We're mathematically in it. What kind of message does this send? But Dart, first of all, the offensive line is banged up. and they don't have it healthy yet, so they don't want Dart to get injured. I understand that. That makes sense. Hey, this week we don't want to do it. But the fact that there's no urgency at all to shove Dart out there just is an indication to me that there is going to be potentially a lot of risk. I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but a lot of risk of Nabers getting hospital ball city all the way up to week 14, week 13, week 15, and then having his toe be massively an issue, gradually getting worse and worse and worse because his toe's not going to have as much time to heal. He healed up all off season. This is going to be a bunch of brute force wear and tear on the toe, on the back. He's had concussion issues on a small amount, but I'm just saying all this stuff from the hospital ball city that he lives in. There's just a world where Nabers is a complete, utter disappointment at the end of the year, and it's not even his fault. That's why he's been one of those guys where it's been a very tough road to talk him up, to talk him down, to walk you through and navigate through some sort of decision point where you're going Nabers or BTJ, or you're downgrading Nabers right now for BTJ. My advice to anybody that has Nabers is you try to sell him immediately. And while I'm not suggesting you sell him for pennies on the dollar, this is a safe maneuver. This is taking Nabers, and this is probably my number one dynasty wide receiver or number two dynasty wide receiver. Probably Chase is still there, but this guy has the capability of being number one for me walking into 2026. He has the surgery. They have Dart in there. I don't know. Maybe he needs to get out of New York, to be honest. It's just such a disaster. This is what Barkley wanted to stay. It's like, why did you want it? Barkley literally was trying to stay in New York, and thank God he left. But Nabers, he's still my borderline number one wide receiver, future dynasty value. So I don't sell him in dynasty, but in redraft. So this is for redraft. In redraft, I would say sell him immediately, but sell him high. You're selling him for BTJ and Harvey. You're selling him for Ladd McConkey and Hendy. You're selling him, and you could say that's not possible. It is possible. I see it every day. I see it in waves every day. Not one person goes, Smitty, dear Smitty, my grandma traded me a pot of meatloaf, and I gave her Nabers, and she gave me Hendy and Ladd. I'm saying in droves. In droves, people are getting this. Another combination of players would be something along the lines of Hampton, and then you get Rice, and you give them a player that we don't even love, Pearsall. And I'm not trying to rip on Pearsall. I'm just trying to tell you he's a sell high in this environment. This is redraft. So you're expecting this man to miss the next handful of games. You know that. He's out 6 weeks. But this is a redraft move. Nabers, you take a little bit of maybe not a bath on the value 1-for-1 here. And yeah, you get rid of Pearsall that you might not even, you're struggling to use him anyway. These are the kind of moves that you make right now, right here, right now for Malik Nabers before he gets another served up hospital ball and has a concussion or his back. I could just see him hobbling to the sideline in the second quarter because Russell Wilson's his quarterback. And Russell Wilson's dog water. And I just wish there was a better answer. But New York screwed it up. And New York is waiting on Dart. They're not going to put him out there. And so this is, if you're not going to put Dart out there, you might as well not put Nabers out there. It's just, this is horrible news, though, for Nabers owners to have this report. And maybe they change their tune after this week. Maybe Russell Wilson gets injured. But no sense of urgency anytime soon. We're talking maybe weeks that they don't want to put Jackson Dart out there. But an injury could change all that. So we have to keep that in mind. We got a bunch of other news to go through. Well, actually, you know what? We cover most of it on the other show. Again, start Dak Prescott. The man is going to average, he's averaging 270, 280 yards a game. Something along the lines of I want to say I calculated this earlier. He's got 30 TDs in 13 games. 30 TDs in 13 games. So divide that by 13. That is 2.30. Multiply that by 17, and the pace is 40 touchdowns. He's on a 40 touchdown pace against the Giants. His 23 yards divided by 13 is 271. 271 times 17 games is 4,600 yards. He's on pace for 4,600 yards and 40 touchdowns against the New York Giants. Giants are down linemen. They have hospital ball Russ. This is probably going to be a day for Dak Prescott. So you're going to put Dak out there. Pickens must start. Pickens must start. Dak, this is week 2. Dak must start. Pickens must start. Lamb, of course. But Lamb is going to go crazy. 3 check marks. 3 check mark Lamb, we call him. Lamb is going to lambaste a lot of people.
Get lamb.
A lot of people getting lambed on Sunday. I can tell you that right now. What else we got? Niners are ravaged with injuries. Let me message my boys, the RSF 49ers, Raj and the boys, and say, hey, I'm live. What is a percentage chance that Trent Williams plays week 2? Thanks. Boom. Let's see what my boys say. Let's see what they say. This is coming from Raj, RSF 49ers. He's probably, since I'm telling him this is going on the live show, he's probably going to be a little more conservative with his answer versus if we were just spitballing it right now. He might be like 0. But now he knows. Dear audience, dear collective, let me speak from the heart and let you know that our thoughts and prayers are with Trent Williams right now walking into this game. But let's see what they reply. While we await that, yeah, Mac Jones. I know a lot of you think Pearsall's not missing a beat, but it depends on your option. Pearsall's not a bad play, but is he somebody we should be contemplating as a low-end wide receiver 1 or high-end 2? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. All right, let's get some of these super chats while we await that response. I think I have. Let me see if I got any $20 haulers. I got to lower my blue light glasses so I can see the color differential. There. Rank Pickens. Already answered this one at the beginning of the show. Pickens, then Keenan, but Pickens for sure. Must play, Ricky. Must play. Do it live. We got BBQ dropping the 50 gifted memberships. So we're psychic. BBQ, we celebrated this early. I don't know if you were here. Perps dropped 50 at the beginning. BBQ dropped 50. BBQ meet Perps. Perps meet BBQ. Do it live. I smell meatloaf. Guys, thank BBQ. Thank Perps. Do not forget to thank Perps who dropped 50. Perps, appreciate you. Juwan Johnson and Ingram. I'm going to go probably Juwan, as we don't know Ingram's cab situation. I'm excited about Ingram, though, but safety Juwan. High risk, high reward Ingram, if you need high risk. Olave Diggs. Chat, can we vote on Olave Diggs? I suppose Olave playing from behind. I don't know, but that's a tough one. Counting on either one of those guys right now is kind of a tall order. This one here from Panthers says, hey Smitty, Bo Nix or McCarthy this week? I lean Bo Nix. I think it's a revenge game for Bo Nix. Sutton, ETN, Ridley. I'm gonna go Sutton and ETN pretty easy. Don't bench ETN. ETN shouldn't even be in these questions. Start 2, have PPR Pickens, Pittman, and Sampson. I'm gonna go Pickens and Sampson personally. I think Sampson's embedded right now into the fabric of that Cleveland Brown passing attack until further notice. Do I pull the trigger? Need to know ASAP. Mahomes and Hawkinson for Goff and Bowers. Mahomes and Hawkinson. Let's see. Thank you for the 50 gifted memberships. Let me see. What is this? Mahomes and Hawkinson for Goff and Bowers. I don't want Goff, bro. I want this trade, but Penix Jr., like Goff is your quarterback. Can't you go shopping for Penix Jr., Justin Fields? I would definitely say go get Bowers for sure. You know, if this is a super flex, and I don't see that it is, it could change my mind a little bit or make it even. But I think I'm making another trade if need be to go get another quarterback. But Bowers is the answer, bro. Bowers is, you're worried about the injury starting. Like you can't be a worried William all the time, my boy. Brock Bowers is good to go. He looked great. I mean, what are we doing? We trying to predict that his injury is going to turn into something different. It's not like the injury is going to get worse. It's not a hammy. It's not a calf. It's not an Achilles. It's a knee injury that's going to get better. It's not something that you're going to worry about the same way as a soft tissue injury. Would you trade Sharby and Judkins for JCM? I wouldn't. No, I'd rather have Charbonnet alone. But I still love JCM a lot, but I'm not trading Charbonnet, my boy. He's on his way to the promised land. Just got CD and RJ Harvey for MHJ and JCM. Hope for the commissioner doesn't veto that trade. I hope he doesn't either. You shouldn't play in a veto type of league anyway. That's weak. Flex, full PPR, DK, Pollard, or Booty. Booty's a good play this week. But I'm going to say not as good as DK or Pollard. Give me DK, semi-revenge game in a way. So let's roll with DK Metcalf, in my opinion. Trade Kenneth Walker and JSN for Amon-Ra. I would definitely take Amon-Ra. Yeah, I would do that. I would take Amon-Ra. Hit that thumb up button, my people. I appreciate you all. We got 700 total in here, 583 from YouTube. The rest over from X. Come over to the YouTube side and hit that thumb up button. But we only have 103 thumbs up with about 700 total in here. So please hit that thumb up button on the way in the door. Trade Kenneth Walker and Jason for Amon-Ra. I'm taking Amon-Ra. Perps, appreciate you. Over 400 people live. Well, now about 600. And we only have 50 thumbs up. Don't forget to show Smitty love. Wipe your feet. First, smash the thumb up button. Thank you. Appreciate you, Perps, dropping the 50 gifted memberships and then that right there. Miles in the building. Start Sampson or Henderson this week. I'm going Hendy. It's not even a debate, my boy. Not even a debate. Thank you very much for the super chat. $20 hauler from Phil. Phil, appreciate your $20 wattage. $20 wattage from Phil. Phil, my boy, appreciate you. Need 3 in a flex. Garrett Wilson, London, Agbuka, Hendy. You're going to go with Garrett Wilson in London. Need 3. So Garrett Wilson, London, and Agbuka. You can't sit Garrett Wilson, London, or Agbuka. I hate to say. Need help with the last bench spot. Pick one. Monangai, Blue, or Tesla. Probably go with I think Monungai's got the most the quickest, path to the lineup. So I'm going to say that for now, but it's not an easy call, bro. It's really, really close. Appreciate you. Mahomes or Justin Herbert this week. And that Blue Monungai Tesla call could change with the wind. But right now, Monungai feels like he's maybe they're flirting with maybe using him more, and you won't be able to get him coming out of the week if you know what I mean? Whereas Blue's not ready for that yet. So you could pick up Blue next week without a threat. Tesla, yeah, but he's a wide receiver, so it depends if you need that. Mahomes or Herbert this week. I'm going to go. Herbert's probably safer, but I'm going to go with Mahomes. I think they're still going to dial up a bunch of passing, bro. Want to play Herbert. If your gut tells you Herbert, go Herbert because it's close enough, bro. You could easily talk me out of it. Sutton or Hendy. I'm going to go Hendy, but Hendy's higher risk. Sutton's much safer. Just know that. Bijan and Josh Allen for Ladd, Genty, and Dak. I don't really know. The quarterback situation kind of throws me off here without knowing it. Okay, well, I assume that this is not. I assume that Dak is your starter if you do this. Bijan and Josh Allen for Ladd, Genty, and Dak. I'm going to say Bijan and Josh Allen. I like this Dak, Ladd, Genty side, but I'm going to assume that you have somebody like Harvey or somebody going into that other spot that's going to be vacant if you keep the Bijan Josh Allen side. But Josh Allen and Bijan can carry you week in and week out. I love Genty. I love Ladd. I love Dak. But this is a dilute down your team type of trade that I don't like, even though I like all the players involved. Best of 3 trades. Sutton and Jones for RJ Harvey and Devontae Smith. I think Devontae Smith's a good play this week without Goddard, by the way. So another good play. I'm not saying to sit like, massive, talents or anything, but Devontae Smith is a nice play this week, just so you know. So Sutton and Jones, Aaron Jones for R.J. Harvey, Devontae Smith. I'd rather have R.J. Harvey, Devontae Smith, or Sutton and Rice for Evans, Judkins, and Pickens. I don't know if that one's tough to evaluate. I'll probably say, I mean, if you can wait on Rice, the right side's better. If you need wins and you're scared of what your record's going to be, then the Pickens Evans side gives you more. Or Coleman and Judkins for Sutton. I don't know. I'll probably say at the end of the day, I want Devontae Smith and R.J. Harvey because I believe in R.J. Harvey. But that could go with the win as well. Like there's a lot of volatility to that. Pick 3, Neighbors, London, Sutton, Ibuka. We're going to sit Sutton in that example, unfortunately. It is what it is. Make a trade. Fannin or Ingram? I'm going Ingram. Absolutely. I'm sorry, Fannin. I'm going Fannin over Ingram. Absolutely. Until we know how healthy Ingram is. But you're not wrong to do it, but I'm not. I'm starting Fannin. Trade CMC and Cup for Chase Brown and ETN and Parasol. Look, if you could trade ETN into like BTJ, Parasol and ETN into BTJ, and at the end of the day, you're getting Chase Brown and BTJ, then I really like this trade for you. Do I like it now with Chase Brown and ETN? I do, because I think Christian McCaffrey gets hurt at some point. But could you get more like BTJ and Chase Brown? Yes. So if you think you could turn and flip Pearsall and ETN into that BTJ, then I would do it. And with 2 trades, you'd have an outstanding outcome. So I would say yes to that in general. Chase, choose one RB2. I'm going to go with KJ. Caleb Johnson? Does he deserve a nickname, bro? He's like third, fourth running back on the. What are we doing? Ray? Bro, these are really, really bad. Ray Davis, Caleb Johnson, Gainwell, Scatterboo, Bigsby. Man. I suppose, Gainwell might be the safest, bro. And Scatterboo, the highest risk, highest reward. But you don't even know what he's getting. He could get literally 3 carries, but he at some point could take over the backfield like in the middle of a game. I'd say, unfortunately, Gainwell is your safest play, and those are really, really tough calls. None of them are safe. ETN Tet for Chase Brown, Quentin Johnson. I would take Chase Brown. If you had ETN with Tootin, I might say ETN Tet. But I'm going to say Chase Brown, Quentin Johnson. Then I'm trading Quentin Johnson on the high because for some reason people believe in him. But I like Chase Brown a lot more overall. Andrews, Henry, Strange. I think we're going to go with Strange. I started JCM, Daniels, and Jacobs currently 0-1. London, Pickens, Barkley. Yeah, it's a tough call. I would say probably Strange is the safest move. Although Andrews might be higher risk, higher reward if you're trying to swing back into it. But Strange has some good upside too. I guess go Andrews if you need a big swing like you apparently might. Chat, Andrews for a swing? Or do we go with Strange, who's kind of safe? I don't know that he's got the monster appeal. Not that Andrews does, but he could get 2 touchdowns because that's all he does. Start 1, Monty, Walker, Dobbins, or Harvey. You probably go Harvey, but it's high risk, high reward, my boy. But none of those options are safe, so it's not like you're picking a safe. I guess Monty would be the safest, but that's very tough to sit Harvey. Sharbs, Pacheco, Sampson, Harvey for running back 2 this week. I think Sharbs is my call. I like Harvey. I've been saying Harvey all week pretty much, but I really do feel like when push comes to shove, Harvey is a high risk, high reward play, and I definitely am doing it in some leagues. I'm not going to lie. But I am starting to feel like, and it's been teeter-tottering all week, I'm starting to feel like right now, walking into, Saturday evening here, I think Sharbs is probably the safer call. He's a captain. They want the man out there, so it's tough to say. I'd probably go Sharbs. Trade Puka and Connor for McConkey and Bucky. McConkey and Bucky by a country mile, and I hate to say that, but that's just the way it is. 0.5 PPR, I can start 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 flex. So Gibbs and Hall. Your wide receivers are Puka, London, and your flex is probably going to be Buka or Hampton. I'd probably go Buka. I think he's earned it, and I think you need to make some darn trades, my boy. You need to make some trades. You need a couple Hampton and Pickens or whatever to get out of that situation. It's nice to have depth, but you could use that right now. You could definitely take advantage of an upgrade. Thanks for your advice, Smitty, Penix, or Burrow. Thank you, pal. Burrow. I don't know how we're even debating starting Burrow after 1 week of it's bizarro land to me. Start 2, Sutton, Hunter, Hendy, Hampton. I'm going Hampton and Hendy personally. But, man, that's close. And, Thomas, you should have some good trade bait on your hands here very soon. And it looks like we got some news brewing here. Jawan Jennings considered game time decision. So Jawan Jennings there. Let me see if I can pull up all of this news here. Jawan Jennings game time decision. That will definitely impact Ricky Parasol and the entire team, though. Quinshon Judkins will have his snaps monitored closely in week 2. Expect to have the same snaps as a backup running back as he ramps up. So nobody should be starting Judkins this week. Half PPR, pick 1, Kamara, Sampson, Ridley, Tillman. Kamara by a hair over Ridley. Ridley's going to be, I think, and Sampson too. Ridley and Sampson are close. But Ridley should be played in a lot of leagues. He had lockdown coverage last week, and people are going to hold it against him. But I think you got to go Kamara. You drafted Kamara to be that guy, so you gotta enjoy the fruits of his labor for as long as it lasts. Advice: 14 team PPR now 0-1. Lawrence, Caleb, Hendy, Achane, Dobbins, B. Rob, London, Evans, Addison, Pickens. Probably going to trade Evans and Dobbins if I can. Evans and Addison if I can. Evans and Pickens if I can. If I'm being completely honest with you, bro, you have no ability to trade out of this. You have not a single player that has sell high up appeal. Brian, you drafted in exactly the wrong combination that allows you to trade. It's not that it's a bad team, but everyone here, London injured, Evans not a good week, Addison suspended, Pickens busted in week 1, but I still like him. Hendy didn't do anything. Achane, that mess of a situation. T-Law fell on his face. Caleb fell on his face. You have to wait. You like, no matter what we want to do with this team, you have to see me next week. Office hours are usual hours. See me then. There's nothing you can do but wait and send that team out onto the field. Trade Stroud and Cup for J.J. McCarthy and Tootin. I would take J.J. McCarthy and Tootin, no question about it. 2 wide receivers, 2 flex left. Barkley, Sharps, London, Pickens. I mean, come on. I mean, why? Let's see. Barkley. I don't know what we're talking about here with Barkley. Why is Barkley in this question? Barkley, London, Pickens, and Sharps. But, why are we talking Barkley here? Pick 2 running backs, Kyron, Genty, Hendy. You got to sit Hendy here, but, you might have a nice trade on your hands. So keep tabs on that. Let's see. Have J.J. McCarthy as QB, Gibbs and Achane. London, Buka, nice. 2 flexes, T-Mac, Sutton. Bench is Tyreek, Rice, Sharps. Anything you need to switch or trade. Sharps and T-Mac. Sharps and T-Mac are close for me. I think in PPR, full PPR, it's very, very close. I think the chat, can we vote on Sharps or T-Mac? And then as far as like anything else to do, like trades or anything, I probably say you're waiting on Charbonnet to open up a door, a trade avenue for you. Tyreek Hill, I mean, if I could trade Tyreek Hill and McCarthy to upgrade my QB, I would. But the only thing you're waiting on is Charbonnet to gain some trade value. We got a T-Mac, we got a Sharps, we got a T-Mac, we got a Sharps. It's a 50-50 call. Kelsey or Fannin this week. I'm going Kelsey. They're going to try and run a lot through Kelsey. And while people want to rip on Kelsey, he looked pretty quick on that touchdown reception. Give away Puka and Kenneth Walker for Hampton and MHJ. If you like winning, you take Hampton and MHJ and you say thank you later to both of them because that's a great trade, bro. 12 team, I got Hampton for Devontae Adams. Pacheco, absolutely. Is it fair? Not for him, but great trade for you. I don't know what Adams has left. Brian says T-Mac easy. Brian, it's not easy. I'll tell you that right now. I know you got, Brian, yeah, you could tell by your answer you got 15 T-Mac shares, and you're just like, why isn't it happened? So I could tell why you're answering that, but it ain't easy. Anybody that says easy, you got an agenda, which doesn't make you wrong, but you clearly got an agenda. I mean, that's not an easy question. I'll tell you that right now. I've too many pieces. 12 team, 2 wide receivers, 1 flex. What would you trade? I'm trading JT away with DJ Moore, JT with T-Mac. Go get Genty, Bucky, Achane. Do it live. McEntee, Bucky, Achane. And then even, even trying to maybe go T Mac and ETN or DJ Moore and ETN to upgrade ETN into the Bucky H. Like, I'm still trying to do that with both those running backs. Tough. Star 1, wide receiver 1, flex, Hunter, Pearsall, Tet, Kamara, Benson. Probably for me, this is going to be Kamara and Tet is safe. Kamara and Hunter is the higher risk, higher reward play. So you kind of got to pick your poison there. Yeah. Thanks again to BBQ. Thank you to Perps. Appreciate you both dropping 50 gifted memberships. Thank you to all of you gifting member monsters like Andre and Andy and Perps and New Age Outlaw and BBQ and everybody. Thank you, Travis, my moderators, Blackbeard, Space Ricky, Sick Nasty, DeBalt. Appreciate all of you guys in here. And appreciate every one of you in here. The 651 on YouTube, the rest over on Twitter. Make sure you get on over. If you're on X, make sure you get on over to YouTube and smash that subscribe and watch over here. It's a better viewing experience. This one from MJ. MJ says, Judy, Tillman, Ridley, pick one. I would say Ridley. Tough matchup for Ridley. Again, I think. My gut is saying Tillman. What you think? I'll probably would still say Ridley. But I think they're going to force feed him. I think this could be a pretty decent game. I think if you want to trust your gut, I'm fine with that too. I would not make you take a lap. If Tillman's your guy, Tillman's pretty solid, bro. We like Tillman a lot here. So this is not a bad call by you if you decide to roll with your gut. Hunter or JMO and Sharbs. Keon Benson or Harvey. Hunter or JMO and Sharbs. Okay, the way you wrote this is, Leland, is very confusing. I'm pretty sure the first question is between those two, Hunter or JMO. I'm going to go Hunter because I'm a risk taker, but JMO is probably safer. And I think the question is Sharbs, Keon Benson, or Harvey. Probably going to go Sharbs. Harvey's a little higher risk, higher reward, but Sharbs still has some nice reward and seems a little safer. Perp says easy on DeBalt. We don't want his head getting filled up. DeBalt, don't get all cocky now. No, DeBalt's good people. Igbuka, Ted Pickens, Quentin Johnson, JMO Williams, pick one. What did Igbuka do to you, Jason? Did you not start? You did not start Igbuka last week, Jason. Please be honest. Please be honest. I'm going to prove this right now. Be honest. If you started Igbuka last week, you think you're a genius. You literally think you're a genius, Jason. There's no way a genius is going to go against his geniusness and question what he did last week. You're going to rinse and repeat. The only reason you're asking this question, Jason, is because you sat him and you want me to make it better by saying, yeah, it wasn't the right call. You just rinse and repeat last week's call so you can sleep at night, because I know you haven't slept a wink, Jason, all week long because you had Igbuka on the bench. You're about to repeat it? I can't wait for him to, he says he sat him. He sat him. I mean, it's psychology, bro. I got a degree in psych for a reason. So slap yourself straight and put Igbuka in your lineup. Don't do it twice in a row, Jason. You played Debo already. That's not my problem. I don't know why you... First of all, Debo played great, but Igbuka's in your lineup. Mims or Sharbs? Sharbs. That's easy. I had JC to need upside. Well, he's got upside anyway. Should I start Terminator or Jordan Mason? I don't know who Terminator is, bro. Who the hell's Terminator, Angus? Pat McMillan? I don't think he's the Terminator. Is that what you're trying to name him, the Terminator? Because that isn't stuck, bro. That's not nationwide. That might be local. That might be a local thing. McBride? Is that McBride? What is that? What is Terminator? James Conner? That's not. I'm in Arizona. That's not. That's local. That's not nationwide. Do I pick up Rodgers or Penix? Bro, you not Penix, bro. Terminator. bro, I don't know how to answer your question if you don't type out the names. Use a local nickname. Well, we call them that. We call them that here in SoCal. My bad. It's Sharp's nickname. It's not Sharp's nickname, Angus. It's not. Some people might call him that, but it has not stuck nationwide. Worldwide. It's not prestige worldwide. So what's the question again? Angus, oh, damn. I'm going to go find your damn question because you didn't put it in the question. Should I start Charbonnet or Jordan Mason? What do you think I'm going to say, Angus? My Ted and Judy for Ridley and Harvey. Give me Ridley and Harvey all day. All day, bro. All day. Twice on Sundays. Start one wide receiver, one flex. Hunter, Pearsall, Ted, Kamara. I think I already answered this one yet. Thanks, Castro. Appreciate you. There was Kamara and Ted for safety, Kamara and Hunter for high risk target. Should I start Terminator? We already did that one. Thank you, Anxious Angus, for this one here. I traded Genty. What? I traded Genty and Hunter for CD and Shakir. I'm okay with that. That's a tough one. I mean, there's a world where this is painful later, but that was good value at the time. Right at this point in the values. Yeah, that's fine on the value scale. Rate my team: Burrow, Jamar, BT, Henderson, Fannin. Rate your team. What are we? Week 1? Taylor, your team's a 7.8. It was a pizza review. It's good. If I was to make any moves, Burrow, Jamar, BTJ, Hendy, love it. Fannin, Hampton. I'm moving Tet and you're probably waiting. You can't really do much now unless you were to trade Tet and Hampton for like Genty or Bucky or Achan. Tet and Hampton right now for one of those bad boys. Would I take BTJ and something? Maybe. Harvey should get you into something later, so you're kind of just in a wait-and-see mode. But this is like a 7.8 until something develops in the bench or you're able to make a trade like that. Let's say 7.8, 8-ish, which means you're on the verge. You just need something from your bench to develop even. Great beginnings. Which 2 wide receivers should I start this week? MHJ, London, Sutton, Buka. I'm going to break something. Why are we sitting Buka? What did Buka do to you? Did you sit Buka last week? You had to have. You wouldn't ask me if you start Buka this week if you sat him. You'd have respect for him. So the answer is Buka and London. You drafted those. These are your ballers. And if you could trade MHJ and Sutton to upgrade the running backs, I'm definitely looking to do one of those. But Buka and London need to be in the lineup. But what are we doing with, what did Buka do to any of you? Aside from you drafted him and then didn't start him. And now you're taking it out on him, but you're really taking it out on yourself. You're going to do a double whammy. Daniel, $10 hauler. Thank you for the super chat. I ain't mad at you, pal. I'm just trying to make it sink in is all. You know what I'm saying? So, bro fist, I'm not mad at you at all. My Brock Purdy. Oh, man. On IR. Daniel, I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, okay. That's your quarterback? I can pick up. Jeez. You can pick up. You don't even have another quarterback, bro? You just went with Brock Purdy? You went blind with Brock Purdy all year? That's what your expectation was? I pick up Russ or Flacco off the waiver wire. That's all you got, bro? You didn't even back him up? Oh, Superflex? Thanks in advance. I'm in a Superflex. Okay, you should have led with that. My bad. I don't know, bro. I guess I guess Flacco. Flacco probably has a greater chance of starting a couple more games, but neither one's going to be starting for very long. But Flacco is probably safer. Hunter or Debo for Hunter or Debo for Harvey or Hendy. Sorry, I'm reading all these. They're looking the same. You're probably trading Hunter right now for Hendy. I hate to say that, but Debo's a top 10 wide receiver through 2 weeks after this weekend. You know, this is awesome. What did Ibuka do to you? I need to make a shirt that says, what did Ibuka do to you? You know, because it's ridiculous is what it is. Perps is asking for Ron Navy, Cousins, or Penix Jr. Book it. Yeah. I wonder if Cousins ends up with the team. 12-man PPR. Start Walker or Pacheco. Probably Walker, but that's tough. QBs start this week, Penix or May. I'm going to go Penix. Skynet says need a starting running back at the flex. I have Sharps, RJ Harvey. Pickens, 2 Tesla, current starters. Okay. Sharps is the safest play here. I love Pickens. Pickens is a must start, though. I go Pickens, safe play. Sharps, higher risk, higher reward. Pickens is safer, though, for sure. For sure, bro. And then this one here from 410. 410 says trades in 2 different leagues. Traded McBride and Pittman for BTJ Sharps. I could get behind that. I like both sides, though. You have Tyler Warren. Makes sense. Traded Bucky and Kittle for Ladd and Hall. I probably would not have done that trade because I feel like you still could have traded Kittle and something small for Ladd, and you could have kept Bucky. So I don't like that one. I would have gone about that differently, but I don't hate it. I just don't like it as much as the other trade. And I would say that the other person won that one trade. Not by a ton, but a little bit. Hunter or Tracy PPR. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. This is going to backfire on me because I laughed at it, but Hunter. Gibbs, Golden, and Hollywood for Genty, Hendy, Pearsall. Gibbs, Golden for Genty, Hendy, Pearsall. I'd probably take Genty, Hendy, Pearsall, but then I flip Pearsall. But that's close. I mean, Gibbs is hard. But look, Hendy's a baller, bro. Hendy's a baller. Need to drop one for a defense. Tesla, Gordon, Ray Davis, Richard. Probably wait for Richard this week to see what he does. So I'd say right now, Ray Davis by a hair. Although with the injury, maybe it's Tesla. If you don't need the wide receiver, drop Tesla for now. Start Fields or Bo Nix. I'm starting Bo Nix. I think it's a revenge game. Also drop Braylon Allen for Fanning. Yes, I would. I don't own Brees. Yes. Yeah, do that live. Would you rather keep Benson or Braylon long term? Benson, of course, bro. I mean, do I need to show this every 5 minutes as well? The next 2 players to pop off as the odds of being the best pickup of the year, Tootin and Benson. So that one's easy. Cakewalk material, my guy. Light work duty. Brown, Keenan Allen, Tillman, Tracy Judkins. Drop one. Probably drop, I guess I would drop, in that case, Tillman, because it's an offense thing at that point when you got that close call situation. Satian, appreciate you. Penix, Dak, T-Law, McCarthy. I'm going to go Penix Jr. Or no, Dak. Start of the week. Almost didn't see Dak there. Dak. Easy call. I mean, he's right here. Must start week 2. Guy averages, he's on pace for against the Giants in 13 games. If you extrapolate that across the 17-game season, the pace that he plays at is 40 touchdowns and 4,600 yards, my boy. So Dak is going to ball out. Pickens is going to have a day. Lamb's going to have a day. Dak attack stack is going nuts.
Oh, Dak attack. Oh, Dak attack. Lamb. Pickens. Lamb. Pickens. Dak attack.
Dak attack. Dak attack. Vegas, appreciate you. Gibbs and Golden or Genty Hendy. That was like the similar trade. The other one had Parasol in it, I believe. But I think I'd take Genty and Hendy if you need the player. If you're talking about having like a Debo or something like that on the bench, then no, I don't trade Gibbs. But if this is like massively helping your running back too, or your flex to where it's like a garbage player into Hendy, that's a big difference. Any chance we can see top waiver wire page real quick? Sure thing, pal. There you go, Angus. I don't know that the Terminator's on here, but there you go, pal. Go ahead and screenshot that right there. And if you missed it, just tap rewind for a second. You'll get it. Smitty, let's see here. Any chance we can... Okay, I got that one already. Pickens is going to have a day. He's going to have a day. Let's get into an underdog draft here. Click the link that I'm dropping in the live chat. It's pinned in the live chat as well. It's in the description of the video. Code Smitty gets it done as well. There's the link right there. Open up the Underdog app. Underdog, you play 5, you get 50 using my link. And so let me pull up the Underdog app right now. We'll hover over it for a second though, okay? I won't click it yet. Let's see if we give people a few minutes to sign up and get in there. Go to the Originals tab. Once there, you're gonna go to the Mini Royale. Let's do a Mini Royale, $10 Mini Royale. Don't click it yet. $10 Mini Royale, 9,000 entrants. 80K in prizes. First place gets $8,000, but there's less people in this. Let's do this. If you were able to trade Lamar, who would you be expecting to get? I mean, if I didn't have a quarterback, I'd want to go down to Mahomes or go down to at least like a Bo Nix or a Penix Jr. and then get that like BTJ. You know, like that would be my goal, or Hampton or Hendy or something like that. A guy you typically kind of draft ahead of Lamar anyway, but Lamar's got more value after the draft is over. You know, so you can get a lot more in a trade. You don't have to look at draft values anymore. Megatron, appreciate you. If you were able to, oh, that's the one I just answered. And then James, appreciate you. Hey, Smitty, 10 team. Josh Allen, Penix, Achan, Hendy, Harvey, Gordon, Lamb, Garrett Wilson, Buka, Debo, Rice. Nice team. Any suggestions? Yeah, Devontae Smith and Debo and Rice trying to upgrade maybe something. I love your running backs, Achan, Hendy, and Harvey, but would I trade Achan into Gibbs by giving up a Rice or a Debo or a Garrett Wilson? Probably. You got the wide receivers to do it. And if not, I'm trying to trade, Rice right now. Instead of waiting, you could trade Rice and Devontae Smith for BTJ, or Rice and Hampton or Hendy to get up into a Bucky, or a Genty type of player. So use that depth to your advantage. Thank you, Megatron. Appreciate you. All right, let's get on over to the app. The link is in the description. The link is pinned in the live chat. The link is in the description, and Code Smitty gets it done as well. Play 5, get 50 on Underdog. If you miss out on signing up right now, all you got to do...
FantasyFootballShow.com news desk.
All you got to do is click that link at any point, sign up real quick, and you'll get into the next one. We're going into the Mini Royale Week 2, $10. Click the button. Go. Go, go, go. Do it live. Get in there. This will be an interesting one. $10 Mini Royales. I like this. Yep. One more to start. If you don't get in, don't worry. Don't fret. Don't fret. Phone lines are open. Short questions only. We're not doing full team breakdowns. I'll hang up on you if you start listing your team.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
All right, so your boy has not yet been given his draft slot. It's selecting. Draft is full. I got the draft slot number 5. 5. It's wild to me that some of you are asking if you should start Bowers. After all the streaming, really 2 shows now. There's only so many people I can help. They come and they meander on in here like I haven't watched anything. I haven't looked at anything. I haven't looked at the titles. I didn't watch the first 2 minutes of the show. Can someone catch me up? Do I start Brock Bowers or do I start Hunter Henry? Do I start Brock Bowers? Please mute yourself. I'll be right with you. Please mute yourself. Turn down any background noise. Do I start Hunter Henry or Brock Bowers? I just don't know which one to start. Can somebody catch me up? I'm too lazy to watch the first 2 minutes of the show. Travis, you're live. Everybody else, please remain muted. I'll be with you one at a time. Travis, go ahead.
So I had to pick 2 for flex. Hunter, Sharbs, and Odunze.
Hunter, Sharbs, Odunze. Sharbs is safer. Hunter's a little higher risk, but I think higher reward until Sharbs is anointed. And then Odunze is just, hit and miss to the point where you're going to start him the wrong week. You're going to sit him the wrong week. Like, how do you play it?
If I have to start 2, Hunter and Sharbs.
Oh, yeah. Then thank goodness that's an easy call. Yeah. I'm not saying Odunze can't, but that's the problem. Is Odunze is going to do it when you have him out of the lineup. But that is what it is. I think
I like Odunze. I kind of want to see, if his targets keep up. Then it could be more of a every week thing.
Good thing is the Bears will be playing from behind every week, and Caleb tends to do better in the third and fourth quarter when he's running for his life, and then he becomes more accurate.
Yeah.
Real
quick.
Just real quickly, let me just say that the whole talk about Bagent being the better quarterback all offseason is what, especially when I went on Instagram and I put Bagent's the better quarterback. Like, do people realize Bagent's better than Caleb? And all the people in the comments are like, oh my God, you're not serious, or I can't believe you, Smitty, you're a joke, blah, blah, blah. We're going to see Bagent, and it might be an, quote, injury. It might be an injury. He's banged up. We're going to go ahead and have him rest that pinky or something. And let's see, Gibbs or Lamb. Let's go Lamb. Let's go Dak attack. Dak attack. Let's put our money where our mouth is on this Dak attack situation. Go ahead, Travis.
No, just with the Rams backfield, like, if you have Kyron, do you have to roster Corum over Hunter right now? You're trying to hold both of them.
It depends on the option. What are you thinking? Oh man, do I go?
I mean, so say it's like the normal five player bench, like not a huge bench. What are you? What would you be doing in terms of the cuff for Kyron?
Hold on a second. Oh man, do I have board on this? I'm just gonna take the best player available. This is proof that I do pivot. I want to go the Dak Lamb stack. I have time to do that, but with the way Gibbs not falling me, I wanted to go best player available here. So I'm gonna go Lamar. I think Lamar and Josh Allen are both worthy of this right here, but
you can still get the Dak stack, yeah.
No, I can't, because once you draft a QB, it's grayed out. This is.
You took a QB.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. So what was it? So it was cuffing Kyron versus what player?
No, just cuffing Kyron. I mean, are you trying to hold both of them
in Dynasty? In Dynasty, hell yes. In Redraft, I almost could care less. It depends on if I've got a spot to burn. Then I'm going Hunter. But if long-term cuff, I know that Corum's in the mix or whatever, but that would be my long-term situation. But I'm certainly not worried about it. If I could have a Tootin or a Benson or those players are much more attractive holds in Redraft.
Okay, yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've had Hunter, and I've just been not worried about him that much.
Okay, this is a Bears fan, but this looks like maybe a name got changed to protect his previous takes. Who's your daddy? Is that really his name, or did he change his name? He says Bagent definitely seems like a better QB to me as a Bears fan. Maybe that is a different, just the same Bears logo. Because it's pretty standard Bears logo. Okay, let me go over to Rock Out. Rock Out, you're live. Rock Out.
Would you go Mason, Charbonnet, or Harvey?
Mason,
right now I'm leaning Mason.
Mason, Charbonnet, or Harvey? Charbonnet, pretty easily.
Pretty easily.
For me, anyways, I think Harvey and Charbonnet are close. They've been close all day long, all week long. But I've been kind of in the 11th hour leaning a little Sharps. But I'm not considering Mason over either one. Anything can happen, but he's still in a sharing backfield, and they're down a lineman. I mean, it's kind of not the best, most ideal situation, I think, for Mason. But I think if Aaron Jones went down, it'd be a different conversation.
Okay, cool.
All right, mute yourself, Rock Out. I might have to clear the phone line soon and get rid of this clicking, because the clicking's awful right now. 224, you're live. If everybody else can mute, 224, go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to go back to the Caleb comment. Not saying I agree or disagree, but wouldn't you say that he's more of a first half quarterback than a second half quarterback? Because that's when he's going to be following the Ben Johnson script. No.
No, he proved all last year that when he's in the pocket, he was awful. And the only time he played well in Ben Johnson's script was when he was checking down, and essentially the defense changed it up immediately. He was 10 for 10, and then he was trash. So it's not like it was like late in the reason Caleb's better is because when he's fantasy wise, he's scrambling around. Defenses are in prevent because the Bears are trying to come back, and teams are just trying to just kind of sit back and win. And so teams go in prevent mode, and Caleb gets a bunch of this garbage work in the third and fourth quarter. So no, I mean, from a fantasy perspective, Caleb is much better in the third and fourth quarter, and he probably always will be, because they'll be playing from behind. Now, if let's say it's a close game, it could be a mix of him just being spotty the whole game. But Caleb proved very much. If you watched last season, bro, it was 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. And then once the Bears were in this comeback mode and Caleb's just scrambling all over the place, then all of a sudden he's creating space, and there's players wide open, and he'll pick up like 40 yards on a single throw. Let me see if I'm going to go JSN here. This one's tough. Hold on. I'm going to go Garrett Wilson here. So I got Lamb, Lamar, Kyron, Garrett Wilson. I'm not going to spill the beans on who my next pick is. But anyway, what else you got? Look, Caleb's going to be hard to
agree on that.
Be hard to predict. Caleb's going to be hard to predict, except for he's going to eventually be out of the lineup. That's, I think, the easiest thing to say. And people can get mad at that all they want, but literally I've been right for now 18 straight games.
Okay, then for Dynasty, what if I want to look at Tyson Bagent? What are some signs I should be looking at for Caleb's decline?
I don't know. I think Bagent's actually pretty good. I think Bagent, but it'd be super flex. I'd be looking at that, or deep Dynasty. Just pick him up now and hold him. But if you don't have the spot for it, then you got to tell me a player. I'm not going to pick up Bagent. Bagent might not have any kind of value. It's hard to say. I'm not saying Bagent's a world star. I'm just saying he's better than Caleb, and he showed so much promise and grit that his head coach wanted to sign him to an extension, coming off of that miraculous, unbelievable game-winning throw where he looked to be the part. He looked exactly like Ben Johnson, a Ben Johnson quarterback. He fits the scheme way better. So it just depends on give me a name, and I'll tell you whether you should drop this player for Bagent. Probably not, though, is going to be my answer. But what do you got?
Yeah, nothing yet, but I was thinking more something around week 3 or 4. But it gets deep, Ben.
Look into it.
That's really it.
If it's super flex, I do it now. But if it's one QB, I'm not really worried about it.
It is super flex.
Yeah,
I got Aaron Rodgers, my other option. So,
Aaron Rodgers could help you now if you need him, so he is the better hold. But I do think Bagent will start games. I just don't know if he's going to be amazing or not. I just know he looked really good and he fits the scheme very well. That Ben Johnson can take Goff and turn him into a prince, then we know that he could do that with whoever's competent in Detroit.
Exactly. He's looking for just a system guy.
Yeah, and Bagent's perfect for that. And Bagent's got the grit that Caleb has, and Caleb does. I can give flowers where flowers are due. Caleb's got grit and ability to run around, but he doesn't make him a good quarterback. He's not a good decision maker, and he's not accurate. And he gets rattled. And Caleb's confidence is. It's going to take a miracle for his confidence to be returned to where it probably once was, without any sort of concern of it. Like look at Jake Moody, the kicker for the Niners. Doesn't matter how many field goals Jake Moody kicks in a row, he will never shake that he could miss the game when the game's on the line. He's going to miss it. He will never shake it, and unless he moves scenarios like he did, and maybe. But now he goes to a like for the worst.
Now
place,
he's good enough for the Bears.
The worst place he could go is where confidence is shaky. So Moody's done. He's toast. He's cooked. But that same kind of fear for Caleb, in my opinion, is present here, where it's like, hold on a second. Let me take Trey Henderson. You're never going to see Caleb not worried about that next throw. Unfortunately, it's already ingrained.
All right, last thing I got for you, then I'll get out of here.
Yeah.
Who are you starting this week? R.J. Harvey or Trey Benson?
Harvey. Anything can happen, but Harvey, is the 6th leading rusher in the NFL coming out of week 1, and he's top 5 in yards after contact. I'm not saying that he doesn't have a JCM week. He very well could, but Benson's in no better spot. All right, got to go, bro. All right, let me go over to, let's see here. Matthew, you're live.
Hi, Smitty.
Hi, Matthew.
I talked to you last night. I have made some moves. I think I got a good trade offer on the table.
You let me be the judge of that. Okay, go ahead.
All right. I mean, it's not amazing, but you told me to try to move Tet, and I have an H. I'm looking for the second H. I got Calvin Ridley and Harvey for my Tet and Judy.
Judy's hard to value because, like, after 1 week, we can't just, say Judy's not going to be solid all year or anything.
I know. I think he's going to do good this game, too.
I would rather have Harvey and Ridley just because I think Ridley can rival Tet all year long, no question.
Yeah, and I'm also starting Scatteroo at my RB2 spot right now.
Yeah, then you definitely need this move, for sure. Do this trade, put Ridley in the running back 2 spot. This might solve.
Smash, though?
It is a smash because I think that you potentially have the 2 best players in the deal. Now, would I rather have Ted McMillan over Ridley in a vacuum 1-for-1? Probably, but for not maybe the reasons you think. I think they're close, but the trade value, the trade market for Ted is still pretty solid. And I can almost assure you that there's a couple people going right now trying to type, Ted, what's this guy got against Ted McMillan? But it's not about what do I have against Ted McMillan. It's what do you think this guy is? Do you really think he's a world star? Because he's good. He's very good, but he's not somebody that we should be neglecting this potential top 6 to 10 running back value that RJ Harvey eventually will become, whether it's in week 5 or week 4 or week 2. We don't know. But certainly am taking this alone for this Harvey side. And the fact that you have Ridley, who can definitely hold his own against Ted all year. I'm not saying that he outscores him necessarily.
Hunter too. On my bench.
Okay, so there you go. Harvey and Hunter, do it live. I put Hunter in my lineup. All right.
And the other option is ETN and Ladd for Nico.
ETN and Ladd for Nico. That's a little
for my Nico. Nico.
That's a little. Oh, okay. ETN and Ladd.
I know.
ETN and Ladd. I'd probably rather have ETN and Ladd. I think you can do another small trade, like Ridley and ETN to upgrade ETN slightly. All right, got to go, bro. Appreciate you. 417, you're live.
Yo, Smitty, what's up?
What's up?
So I got 2 quick questions. First one, do I drop Rashard Smith to pick up Shipley on a 14-man? I got Saquon.
I mean, is Bigsby there? Because Bigsby's probably in a better position.
No,
than this guy.
he's not. Shipley just got dropped. That's
Yeah,
why
well,
I'm wondering.
it's because I mean, can you put him on IR? Because I don't know what your league rules will.
I don't know if I'm able to put him on.
Okay, so
I'll have to drop Rashard Smith for that.
So
but
go
I'm
go
already
to
on.
go to your is Shipley available or is he on waivers to be picked up?
He's on.
Okay.
He's let me see.
So click on
He's on waiver.
Okay, so are you on Sleeper?
No, I'm on ESPN.
Okay, see if there's a tab on available players. See if there's a tab that says IR. And if you could sort by IR, it should show you whether he's IR eligible. But I don't know, bro. That's you're sitting there waiting on him for a while.
Yeah,
he's probably out 3 or 4 games.
Dropped for a minute too, though.
What?
I was waiting for him to get dropped though, because I wanted to pick him up.
I understand, but he's got a pretty bad rib injury or oblique, they're calling it. But
yeah,
I would say the drop you're dropping again is who?
It was either him or Burchard. I just picked him up on the last waiver.
You know what I would do? No one's rushing to pick up Shipley. You're the only guy that's gonna rush to pick him up. And if so be it. So why don't you wait until Rashard Smith plays and you see what's what, because he could get an uptick, he might not, and then make the move and make the swap out. All right, later, bro.
Hold on. I got one more.
All right, last one.
So are you starting Keenan Allen, Hollywood, or Sampson?
Keenan Allen, Hollywood, or Sampson? Keenan Allen might be safest in PPR, and Sampson is still good in PPR though.
Why do you not like Hollywood so much?
I do like Hollywood. I think that Keenan Allen is just a little safer. I don't mind Hollywood. I think Hollywood will probably have a pretty decent day, but he's also, for me, like, hard to trust.
Yeah. Even though I already got Kelsey on my tight end, Smitty, so like, if I would feel like an idiot if I like sit Hollywood and then he goes for like 20 and then Kelsey does nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you could also get Kelsey to go nuts, Hollywood do nothing, and Keenan Allen have 2 touchdowns. I mean, we could play this game all day long.
Yeah.
But let's go to the chat. Chat, Hollywood, Keenan Allen, or Sampson. Check out the chat, bro. Appreciate you. The chat will answer the question for you. By the way, someone said on ESPN, I don't know if that guy was on ESPN or Yahoo, I forget, but someone just said that Shipley is IR eligible in their league. But all leagues have, except for Yahoo and ESPN, I think their IR rules are like not very lenient. They're like cookie cutter. So
almost all leagues on Sleeper, if you have Shipley, you can put him in the IR spot once someone's labeled out.
Yeah.
But you have to have an open spot to pick him up. Whereas, like, I don't know ESPN, but like Yahoo, you can add guys straight to the IR spot without having an empty roster spot.
Well, part of me feels like, and I don't know this for a fact, but if you were to try and add him, he would go onto your roster even without check and see if it will allow you to add him and it says you must make a drop. If it does, then yeah, but see if it'll allow you to do that because he's IR eligible. I don't know. Every platform's going to be a little different. Love you, Smitty, Juwan, or Tootin. Probably Tootin for the long term. For this week, Juwan's probably safer until we know what Tootin's going to get. But I don't know. Tootin is tough to know what he's going to get this week. Like, that's not an easy call. I imagine he gets something along the lines of like 8 to 10 carries, but you just don't know because he's never played until last week. He never played with the starters and he didn't get much work. I don't know. I sure hope Skynet has Terminator on the team, says Angus. Okay, thank you, Angus. Appreciate your super chat, and that makes sense. MHJ for Harvey and JCM. I think that you probably want to. What do you think on that one? Travis, what do you think on that one? Harvey and JCM for MHJ.
Harvey, JCM. I'd have to know. I mean,
in a vacuum.
Need running backs bad.
In a vacuum, what would you do?
But In a vacuum, probably keeping the wide receiver.
Okay.
I'm assuming my running backs are fine, but I can understand on the side.
Yeah, I guess the way I would look at it is the same way I would just say that. But he says right here, half PPR
he said, yeah.
Need running backs.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, you got to
I'd
do it. Yeah. You got to do it, Danny. It's tough though. I mean, it's not an easy call. Silva, appreciate you. Sup, Smitty? We start Mahomes go with JJ. I don't know who JJ is, Silva. If you mean JJ McCarthy, he's not JJ. JJ's JJ. So Mahomes or JJ McCarthy, I'm starting Mahomes. I don't know what we would even consider there. I like McCarthy, but I mean, I think he showed some grit and determination, but he played one quarter. You know, we got to make sure it's real. And Mahomes is Mahomes. Drop Thornton Jr. for Bo Nix. I probably would. Bo Nix is a fantastic backup quarterback to have. Yo, Smith Dog, JCM for Debo straight up. I'd rather have Debo, but if you were in a bind, I could understand this at the position. But I think Debo. Bro, Debo's like going to be wide receiver 7 or 8 at the end of week 2. You know? Superflex start. I think you mean Darnold, Mac, Flacco, or Young. Probably Young, but I don't like any one of those options. That's awful. Trade Brees for Rice and Judkins. No. Like, Brees is like as valuable as Rice if Rice is in the lineup and Rice is missing 5 more games. Start Sampson or Hunter. Hunter for me. Hey, Smitty, half PPR. Start Sampson or Myers. I'd probably go Sampson myself, but that's a very even question. Also, what QB ceiling number do you predict Baker to finish at this year? Ceiling, I'd say 7, 6 or 7. Floor, probably like 12. I mean, he's going to be in the mix there. It's the new coordinator situation. We don't know how it's going to shape up. Traded Neighbors, Harvey for Collins, Hendy. Dynasty, what do I think? Traded Neighbors and Harvey for Collins and Hendy. I think it's pretty even. I think that the difference between Neighbors and Collins is significant enough in Dynasty. However, you got to factor in the now value as well. Even though it's a Dynasty, you're still trying to win now. So there's some redraft accommodations that need to be made in any trade. So I think in general, this move is probably better on the Collins-Hendy side for this year. And long-term, it all kind of comes down to, does Harvey end up being a bust or a top 10 running back? So, and I think Hendy will for sure be okay. So I'd say that you're factoring in this year. I can understand the trade. Do I think that if Harvey's a stud, then you lose this trade long-term? But not like you get crushed on it long-term. Between Egbuka, Ted McMillan, and Hampton, bench one. Come on, bro. Come on, stop this. Stop this. I don't know what you had to have said, Egbuka. You had to have. There's just no way. If you started Egbuka last week, in your mind, you like when you close your eyes, your mother walks in, your father, they pick you up in the chair and they walk you into the kitchen where the meatloaf's sitting there at the table, and you're just picturing this, right? They carry you over there. They're saying T-Dub, T-Dub. And you're waving to the kids, your brothers and sisters. Your Aunt Edna's there, Uncle Buck's there. Everybody's gathered around the table while the meatloaf's getting cut, and it's fresh. The ketchup is steaming, and they set you down, and they're like, they're bowing to you. How did you know Egbuka was the number 1 wide receiver in the league? And you're sitting there just, there's no way you're asking me this question. There's no way. There's just no way, unless you sat him and you're ashamed right now, and now you want me to make it okay by telling you to sit him again. You're benching Ted McMillan. You're not benching Hampton. You're most certainly not benching Egbuka. Now go get that meatloaf, son. Got offered Burrow for Debo. I have Penix Jr., Chase Brown, Bucky, JCM, Harvey. You can easily go get Burrow in this deal. I get Burrow. I love Debo, but bro, you've got a team. You got Lamb, you got Hunter, you got Rice coming back. I mean, I like Penix Jr. though, but Burrow to me is a huge difference maker for you, and I'm not. I don't know. Am I overthinking that one, Travis? Rock out. I mean, if he's got Penix Jr. and Debo, it's nice. And Debo's in his lineup right now. Like, he is going to be hurting, I suppose, for a couple weeks if he makes this move. Unless I'm not. Yeah, I guess it would be Tesla right now as his other receiver. But I just think
for Burrow,
it's Burrow, Debo, and he has Penix Jr. And his receiver would end up being Tesla for right now. But I honestly believe, and I love Penix Jr. I love him. But I'm taking Burrow for me because of what I will certainly think you're going to be 3-4 wins at the end of this all, given your team. And Burrow with Rice in the lineup later is going to be electric and unstoppable. So I'm going to take the gamble if it's me.
yeah, he's just got to be. I mean, you really can't have Tesla. There's got to be something out there better to start.
I mean, keep working it, but start Calvin Austin or Judy. Godwin or Josh Downs rest of season. Well, Godwin ain't coming back until October, bro. So it's Josh Downs. Here we go. I mean, it's not even a question. But like long term, I'm still going to say Josh Downs probably. Got to fire up Igbuka. I have him in 2 of my leagues. I don't know why anybody wouldn't fire him up. Only if they benched him last week. Trade Travis Hunter for Pacheco. No. If you need a running back, I'm still not going to say yes to that just because you need a running back. Caleb Williams or Drake May. Goff, I'm going to go Drake May. My injured Purdy. Oh, bro. McCarthy, CD, Igbuka, Tet, Chase Brown, Hendy, Bowers, Bill, Benson, Sharps, Rice, Fannin. Want to upgrade my QB suggestions? I would probably say your CD and Igbuka, don't touch that. Chase Brown, don't touch that. Hendy, Bowers, don't touch that. You're waiting on Sharps. Rice now, if for a top five quarterback, I'd certainly trade Rice away with McCarthy for that. Burrow is probably the best buy low right now. QB, obviously, you're seeing all this stuff play out. I would say that Bill or Tet to get you into Burrow. Sure, Rice, consider it. But I think if you save Rice, you'll be very grateful later. So I don't know. I'd try not to use Rice. Would you send Hampton, Ricky, Pearsall, and Pickens for Harvey and BTJ? Yes, well, that's tough, but yes, I would. I'm banking on Harvey in that situation, but it is a risk. I mean, the other side is safer. It is much safer because Pickens is solid, and Hampton's going to be damn solid. But if you believe in Harvey, and I do, then Harvey's got top 6 to 12 running back appeal, let's call it. And you get, the BTJ side. 14-man league, Baker, Gainwell, Kyron. Good Lord, this one. Big homie, thank you. I'm just trying to read it. Chase, Adams, McBride, Benchers, Ray, Davis, Marks, Pierce, Quentin, Ollie, Tootin. Nothing on waivers. Running back 2, another league, Flex, Hollywood, or McMillan. I'm going to go McMillan. And then at your flex here, I guess I'm trying to decipher what you have here. Easier if you just read the players in question versus the whole lineup. Then it's hard to really sift through it. I would say Kyron. I guess that's Chase, Mark Chase. So Kyron.
Between Gainwell,
he only has Gainwell.
Ray Davis,
or Ollie. Tootin. You have Tootin. Gainwell's safest. Yeah. Tootin's high risk, high reward, but Gainwell's going to probably get work. Gainwell's your choice, big homie. Thank you for the super chat. BR, big homie to the moon. Dynasty Superflex contender. Lost Purdy. Do I trade Gold? Is this the same guy over and over? It says he lost his Purdy, or is this multiple people? Okay. Do I trade Golden and 2 firsts for Fields? 2 first rounders for Fields? No, I don't. I mean, I like Fields, bro, but I don't think I'm giving up 2 first rounders for him. And AJ Brown, but still, it's Dynasty. I don't know that I'm doing that. You know, there is a world where, and I like Fields. I like him.
I mean, even a mid first though would have got you at some point a Buka and Pat McMillan. And I'd take
Yeah, it's a lot. If it was a different quarterback
to begin the draft,
you know, like Mahomes or Burrow or something, yeah, I would do it. But A.J. Brown, I don't know. That's tough because, I mean, Fields and A.J. Brown, this could be nice for you for a year. So I guess
he's a contender. So
yeah, I guess if there's a lot of money at stake, chat, can you answer this question for me? Let's pretend there's a lot at stake. He's a contender. He might even dip out. This guy, BR's very, you know, conspicuous with this, like, even his name. I don't want you to know, you know, it's BR. It's not Brad Rogers. It's BR. This guy might dip out. Will
Angus just sent the super chat. I've never banned Angus on this bullshit.
All right, I'll look at it. Angus, stop spread lies, bro. I'll read it in a second. Okay, so Dynasty Superflex, can we vote on this? Would you surrender 2 first-rounders? Trade Golden and 2 first-rounders? I don't know. I'm going to say no, BR, but let's see what the rest of the chat says. Chicago says, got Debo plus a late 3rd and 4th for JCM. Am I approved? I like Debo more. Yeah. Or no, wait, hold on. It's Dynasty. Sorry, I skipped over with the picks. Got Debo in a late 3rd and 4th rounder for JCM. Am I approved? I'm sorry. I was thinking redraft and then the picks registered. In win now mode, I'm okay with this, but Debo doesn't have like 3 or 4 years left, bro. So I'd almost say JCM side a little bit. I know it's not what you wanted to hear, but from a win now perspective, if there's a lot of cash at play, then I'm fine with it. JSN Walker for BTJ. I have you have the Walker side. I'm taking BTJ. I like JSN a lot, but I just think BTJ's top 5, 6. I think JSN could be 2. I just don't know what Walker is, so I'm taking the upgraded player. Like, Walker could be worth nothing. He might be worth something. They could trade him. JMO Devontae, this is from Aaron. Pacheco, JMO, Devontae, Coleman, 0.5 start 2. Probably going to say JMO and Devontae right now. Coleman's hard to sit, given he's the number 2 wide receiver in fantasy right now, coming out of week 1. But I'm going to go JMO and Devontae. I don't think I could sit Devontae. I don't think I could sit Devontae after 1 week. Hey, Smitty, Mahomes or Penix Jr.? Mahomes for me, Ingram or Fannin. I'm going Fannin. And then Rocco, appreciate your super chat here. Sup, Smitty, love the show. Thanks for the hard work. 10-man non-PPR, JD5 Penix, H-Ham, Bucky, Harvey, Sharps, Gordon, CD, Higgins, Sutton, Fannin. Any moves or hold tight? Sutton and CD and JMO are players I would move. And if you could move, I don't move Sharps lightly, but Sharps on credit, like someone's willing to pay in advance for what he's going to be. Otherwise, I'm waiting. The Walker owner might pay for it, but Sharps and like Higgins or Sharps and Sutton or Sharps and JMO for that doubted BTJ, that doubted H-Chan right now. Oh, you got H-Chan, damn it. Hendy, Hampton. But I probably have to go wide receiver, I suppose, because you have H-Ham, Bucky, and Harvey. So let's go BTJ. That's probably what my target is right now. And until then, if you can't even trade, let's say, Sutton and Higgins. And honestly, Fannin might be somebody you move just because of the hype around it. You know, Fannin involved in that to go get BTJ. I don't mind Lab McConkey either if you were to trade, like, let's say, Higgins and Fannin. I like Fannin a lot, though. Try Higgins, Sutton, and JMO. 2 of those 3 for Lad, or try the Sharps, or try 2 of the 3 for BTJ. But BTJ and Lad would be my 2 wide receiver targets right now. But you're going to pay a little less for Lad, so don't go Sharps. Don't throw Sharps into the Lad deal because you don't need to. Angus says, gatekeeping. Travis has banned 2 of my accounts. Come on, man. Quit being... Okay, Angus, I'm going to warn you one more time. If he banned you, you wouldn't be able to super chat and talk right now. So he hasn't done anything. You've been sitting here.
He's made new accounts. This is his 3rd account called Anxious Angus, and he was also built from nothing. And I don't know if I ever banned him. Other people have banned him too. He's been banned by several people.
Yeah, keep in mind we have multiple mods, and you might have been saying something. In fact, built for nothing, I may have banned that one, Angus. Come to think of it, I remember Built from Nothing saying something about Smitty, your takes are garbage. I remember reading something specific, Angus. Be honest, because I think I banned that one.
And just being honest, like I've asked him a million times, like just talk about football, dude. Like I have nothing. I don't even know. I don't know. He's a stranger.
I remember banning. Blame me. I remember banning Built from Nothing. You said something directly about me when the show ended, I believe. You didn't think I was watching, and you started talking trash. Yeah, you started talking trash, Angus. So enough of this, unless you want this account banned by me. Stop talking about Travis when Travis didn't even do anything. I did that. I did that because you did that. You were talking massive trash to me on that account. I remember specifically. So let's stop that now, bro. Drinking. I have Sharps trade BTJ for Walker and JSN. I want the BTJ side. And then right here. Oh, I already addressed this. Love you, Smitty. Well, prove it, Angus. Enough with it. And so many people assuming Travis does everything. I do stuff too. You know, we got another handful of mods that are doing stuff. Travis is not to just be blamed because you don't like the way something's going down.
I don't even care. It's just like, just don't act like you're not, bringing up crap in the chat, like, and throwing the chat off, because that's why you get timed out.
All right, Angus, just clean slate, but just don't do it anymore. Don't get on if you're in that state and you can't control what you're saying, because that might be the case. You're not even remembering why, why you have 5 accounts. Like,
and he's always drinking his Diet Pepsis and he never gets banned.
Yeah, Denny's the model citizen of that. Actually, no, Denny has actually yelled at me and said, Smitty, he went off one time. 1 PPR flex, Harvey, Hunter, Sharps, Ridley. Harvey, Hunter, Sharps, Ridley. I'm going Sharps is safe. Hunter's a little bit higher risk, higher reward. And then Harvey's a lot higher risk and maybe even a little bit higher reward. All right. He says, thanks, Travis. My bad. All right. Let's see. Let's just move on from here. But, and bro, I'm a very forgiving person, like Denny, our beloved Denny was trash talking me one time in my comments on a video saying Smitty's garbage. Smitty, this is from our beloved Denny. He gets mad when I bring this up. Can you move on past it? I moved on. I forgave him immediately, but he got a little tipsy, and he thought when he was calling into the old phone line, he forgot he was calling to the old phone line. He thought I was ignoring his calls when he was calling the old phone line. He's like, Smitty blocked me. It won't go through. And we just got a new number. Like, it's crazy, man. All right. Anyway. Here. Perry, this isn't from Travis. This is from me. That's from me. Don't blame Travis for that one.
Gary, $100.
Gary, $100 hauler. Boom. Do it live. Where's my $100 hauler? We haven't had a $100 hauler in a few shows, I think, or 1 or 2. Gary, appreciate. Gary says trade. I can't. Hold on, let me move it over here. Gary, thank you, pal. Trade time. I got Genty, BTJ, and Fannin for Jamar Chase, Mark Andrews, and Mason. Genty, BTJ, Fannin for Jamar Chase, Mark Andrews, and Mason. I'm going to say smash. I like that. I mean, it's a brain buster this late at night with all the questions I've read. So it's like my brain takes a minute to connect the neurons to carry that into the noggin. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like Jamar Chase and Genty, there is a world. You know what I'm saying? BT and Jamar Chase, there is a world. You have two players where there is a world where that player hangs with Jamar Chase and you've diluted your risk. And if one went down, you'd still be able to hang in the trade. Not saying I wouldn't want Jamar Chase over just BTJ or Jamar Chase over just Genty, but there is a world, you know? Angus is still dropping super chats. That's fine. And I appreciate them. And every time Angus has dropped a super chat, I've told him that I'm very grateful and I'm very appreciative of it. But it still doesn't excuse when he's using multiple accounts to trash me while he's also super chatting. Doesn't matter what someone drops. I can't be bought. You know what I'm saying? And he was in here trashing me on his other account and he got blocked. And then he blamed it on Travis and he's been ranting and raving about it for days. When Travis isn't even the one that blocked him, it was me. Because he came in here talking trash about me and he comes in and super chats nice things one moment and then he trashes me on the other. So that's what happened and Travis gets the brunt of it. So that's the backstory. And then, you know, anybody else wants to be banned or whatever, let me know now. I'll take care of it. Travis doesn't have to do it. Okay, I think I got a couple more super chats. Gary, thank you very much for the... And I didn't, Smitty, approve your trade.
You've just been Smitty.
Gary, that's a fantastic trade, bro. Fantastic. You got Fannin as well. You got Fannin upgrade over Andrews, let's be frank. You got BTJ and Genty, which, like I said, both could hold their own if, let's say, both Fannin and BTJ got injured, Genty could still hang. And if Genty and Fannin got injured, BTJ could still hang. That's diluting your risk, and it's a fantastic trade, my boy. Fantastic trade. Modelo times Smitty and Travis winning this week. Okay, Jonah, appreciate your super chat. Go get him, tear it up, do it live. Fields or Dak. What does this tell you right here, Jaden? Don't miss out on the Dak attack. Also, Hendy or Hunter. Hendy for me, but very, very close. Very, very close, my guy. Let's see here. Is it crazy to have multiple accounts just to hate? Yeah, I mean, people do it, though. People they have a lot of time.
It's about this guy, Will. You should probably go.
What? What, Travis?
It's just someone made another account to come in and start. So it's all good. Got it. I'll send you.
I got you. I see it. Whatever. Keep doing it. It's fine. All right. Let's see here. Rock out. Who else is on the phone line? Just rock out. Rock out. What else you got?
Would you play Hollywood over Tillman? Right now I got Hollywood.
Didn't we have this question earlier? I probably would say, even if I answered this differently now, I apologize. I'm changing my answer if I did. I would say, yeah, having multiple accounts is fine. You know, it's just when people are doing it to hate, it's ridiculous. I would say, bro, give me Hollywood over Tillman. But if I had that question, I may have very well answered it differently earlier. So I amend that answer.
And then one more question. You would play Sampson over Walker and Pacheco, right?
Yeah, for right now. For right now. Yes, I would. Would you trade CMC for Chase Brown and T. Higgins? Oh, you're almost there. I want a different wide receiver, but you're almost there. You can get more, which is why I want you to. Not that I don't think that this would serve you okay. I don't want a number 2 wide receiver for a team, especially an injury-prone guy. But I do quite quietly want Chase Brown almost more because of the injury factor. But until until CMC goes down, and I don't even think it's a matter of if, it's just when, then, CMC could outscore Chase Brown potentially. But I definitely want a different player. I want a different player with Chase Brown. All right, anything else, Rock Out?
You playing Bo or Penix?
Bo. I think Bo, revenge game. I think he's going to go crazy. But I like both of them.
Yeah.
Penix is a tougher matchup, but I like Bo this week. Good matchup. Everything's pointing toward Bo having a huge day.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Rock Out. Appreciate you, bro. See you in the morning. We're live about Travis. I just hung up on accident. I was trying to hit the Rock Out button, and then he hung up, and then I hit yours. I'm sorry. Call back if you want, Travis. We're live about, I want to say about 2 hours before kickoff. So I'll be live a good 2 hours before kickoff. At least an hour and a half, but I'm going to try and do 2 hours before kickoff each Sunday morning. So understand that. Be here, be square on that one. Benson, Tootin, both available. You got to try and get both of them. I don't know who you're cutting here. Let's see. Yeah, well, that's why is you're in a league that has very little room for maneuvers. I'd probably say I'd rather have one of them over Olave, that's for sure. And then past that, you can't really do anything. You can't give up Kraft. You can't give up Fannin. But maybe you could trade Kraft. And, I mean, you're not even playing him this week anyway, right? Because unless you already did. Well, it doesn't matter. Just trade Kraft and it gets executed next week. Kraft and Pollard, probably hard to trade in this league, I imagine. But Kraft and Pollard for one slightly better player like Hampton or something like that. Or maybe you could trade Mason and Kraft for a slightly, like a Ladd. Or maybe you could trade Pearsall and Kraft for, I mean, I really would shoot for BTJ. Kraft might get you more than you think. You really might be able to get a BTJ. Or trade Fannin. But then you got to be careful if you didn't start Kraft this week and you started Fannin. I don't know who you played. But definitely feel like if you play Kraft already, then trade Fannin instead of Kraft with Pollard or with Mason or with T-Mac. Fannin and T-Mac for a Ricky Pearsall or even a Ladd McConkey potentially, or Fannin and Pearsall for a Ladd would be awesome. That would be a great move. And non-PPR, Sutton, London, Igbuka. I think you meant to type start one. Sutton or London. I'm starting London. Honestly, take a lap for even asking the full question, I think. I mean, I like Sutton, I do, but like London and Igbuka, how you sit in London and Igbuka, it's just not even I know some of us just want like confirmation, so it's fine. There's nothing wrong with the question in general. I just trying to emphasize, I guess, my point, but congrats on the options. I mean, you put yourself in that position. That's fantastic. Yeah, this Richard, you got to make a trade, man. Appreciate your super chat. All right, Travis, what else you got?
Yeah, John in the chat has been asking a question about Superflex Dynasty. He was asking, would you trade Nico Collins? It's 12-team Superflex Dynasty. So Nico Collins for Dart, Judkins, Fannin, and DJ Giddens.
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't even.
No. Absolutely. That's what I'm trying to go after, those people that will contemplate.
Right. Like, don't get a bunch of stuff you got to throw at the wall and hope it sticks.
Give me that.
Stuff. Go the other way around. Yeah. And one more question. Let me see you might find it.
Casey says, "Are we monitoring Bowers?" So, I mean, what are you? Why are you looking for something? It seems like, Casey, you're trying to find a problem. This is like when a person comes over to fix a pipe. It's like the last thing the person wants to do is go through all the walls. Let me just search for everything. Like, Casey, why are you looking for a problem? He's good to go, bro. I mean, I know he's still technically listed questionable.
Add Mayer.
Yeah, I mean, add Mayer if you want, but I'm not worried about it. Debo or Tet. Now that could come back to bite me, and I'll apologize to you. But I don't. I mean, there's not a reason to be worried. Debo or Tet. I'm gonna go Debo long. I mean, obviously long term. I mean, if you're asking me this week, Debo. I mean, but I would have said that before the week kicked off anyway. Debo's probably going to end the week through 2 weeks of football as a top 8 wide receiver, I imagine. I mean, what a win so far. I haven't heard Scared Scott utter the words Debo Samuel since week 1. I haven't heard him utter the words, "I'm sorry. Hey, Debo, you're amazing." I haven't heard him say a single thing about that Debo situation. And anybody else that's been in here running their mouth about Debo over and over and over, I don't hear one of you coming in to apologize to the man. Alex, you're live.
What's up, Smitty? What's going on, bud?
What's up? What can I do for you?
All right, so I traded Dak, right, and I only have Penix now. I don't know if I should start him or go after someone on the waiver wire. I got guys like Stafford, Geno, and that's really it. I think I should just roll with Penix because I don't have many options.
I like Penix Jr. I'm not going with the waiver wire. I mean, you drafted him for a reason. This is kind of like when you've got a player ready to go and you go, like, why did the team, like, if those guys were good enough, they'd have already been there in place of Penix Jr. You know what I mean? You're overthinking it.
Yeah. And remember the super chat, I traded Hampton for London. I know you love that, right?
I mean, it could, honestly, Hampton's good enough that it's not like a laughable trade for the other guy, but like I do like that if you needed the move, if you need the positional move. But yes, it's a good value. I mean, at the end of the day, if we're drafting today, we're drafting London ahead of Hampton. So it's a good trade. And in the best case scenario, they're even, which is why I wouldn't laugh at it. Like, Hampton can become that good. But yes,
I had so many receivers that I needed that third running back, and I had.
Oh, you got Hampton, right? Okay. So yeah, I don't.
I drafted Hampton, but I traded him for London because
okay.
he was the running back.
Gotcha.
And then I had all those receivers, right? I had Jefferson, London, Ibuka. I'm waiting on Rice, and I had Adams, but I needed that third running back because I also am waiting on Hendy. I'm probably starting him, which is going to be my last question, like Hendy or Ibuka. I know you're going to say Ibuka, but going against Miami looks like just horrible right now. So hopefully Hendy gets more work as he's projected.
I'm not going to hang up on you.
I traded.
I'm not going to hang up on you, but you can't sit Ibuka. I can't.
I'm not.
Yeah, you just can't. But I do love Hendy this week. I'm not saying I don't find a way, a trade, whatever. But Ibuka is not to be sat. The only people, and maybe you tell me you did start him last week. I hope you started Ibuka last week.
Oh yeah, 100% I did.
Okay, so I don't know. I mean, anybody that started him last week, I imagine, is like I said, you're picked up. Your family picked you up and carried you to the dinner table that night and chanted your name. Like, how do you not want to be a part of that in week 2? I love Hendy though, but Hendy still got enough risk that you can't go near that. All right. Yeah. Anything else?
All right, thanks, Smitty.
All right, man.
Well, yeah, I traded Adams for Javonte because I needed the other running back because I was so stacked at receiver, and he was the last team that had like a surplus of running backs. So I wanted to get that move done before someone else snagged them. So now I'm kind of just set, 3-3. So I got that insurance. And, that's such a good offense if Javonte stays healthy. I mean, he could have, the Kyron Williams, touchdown a game. Maybe, I know he didn't look great, but there's going to be a lot of goal line opportunities for the guy.
Yeah, could be all right. I think, we like Javonte a lot. I mean, we always rooted for him, so I'm very hopeful that he continues. But, all right, man. Appreciate you.
All right,
later.
Smitty.
JD5 not looking as great, bro. It's really, really early on, and JD5 is one of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League. So, you can overreact. Like, keep in mind, like other people are allotted a slow start, but not JD5. JD5 isn't allowed to because of how good he started off. I mean, what about Joe Burrow? Is Joe Burrow trash because he played bad in week 1? No. If Joe Burrow plays bad in week number 2, is he gonna be trash, or are we still gonna forgive Joe Burrow? Like, JD5 is one of the best quarterbacks, up and coming quarterbacks in the National Football League, and and if we examine his week number 1 and 2, let's just take a look at what he did. I mean, at the end of the day, he had 233 and 1. He had 68 yards rushing in week number 1. So 233 and 1, 68 yards rushing. Week number 2 against the Packers, 202. He had 17 yards rushing. I mean, the guy has 4 touchdowns. Or I'm sorry, three touchdowns in 2 games and 433 yards. He has yet to have an interception. So he's 1-1. I don't understand what people are freaking out about. Wild to me. If anything, we should have done a lot more. Well, we will. I mean, but hardcore trading for JD5 right now. But we will. We'll walk into week number 3 as him as one of the best buy lows in fantasy. Brian does Reek or Coleman. I'm going Coleman. He's the number 2 wide receiver in the league right now. I'm not saying that it stays, but in start Sharbs or Sampson, I'm going to go Charbonnet. I'm not saying I don't like Sharbs, and an Ingram Fannin, I'm going to go Fannin. I'm not saying I don't like Sampson. I just like Sharbs more. Sharbs is more upside in my opinion. And then Perps says it's week 2. I'm sorry, Perps, $20 haul. Perps, you still there? I'm sorry this sat here during that whole debate.
Alert. Super chat alert.
I hope Perps is still watching. Perps, I appreciate you, bro. I'm so sorry about this. It's week 2 of the new year. Let's not start infighting. We're all family. Smitty works hard preparing each day. I like how Perps is like the father figure. Let's not get negative in the chat. Mods are here to help and keep flowing. Negativity and fighting can beat it. Thank you, Perps. Appreciate your $20 hauler. I don't know if Perps is still here. Jimmy, keep the faith in JD5, my boy. Don't give up on the man. Super appreciate you with the $5 hauler. Have Josh Allen, Jamar Chase, Ladd McConkey, Pollard, Mason, Sharps, Pickens, Hunter Henry, Bench, Ollie, Golden, Thornton, Ale Manor. Need trade ideas. I'd probably say that I'm keeping... Man, you do need wide receivers, potentially. This is a team I'd expect to have, like, Rashee Rice on it, because you got Pickens and Hunter. Oh, you got Ladd, Jamar Chase. Never mind, I'm sorry.
He needs running back.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was reading his team as if my fault. So Josh Allen, Jamar Chase, Ladd McConkey, Pollard, Mason, Sharps. Jeez, man. Where did the running backs go? Like, who did you draft? Is there an injury somewhere? I'm not thinking of, like, what in the hell happened to this team? It feels like someone ripped this team in half, the piece of paper with half the players on it, and just went, and you just never found them. Like, what are we doing? How'd you draft this team? You went Jamar Chase, Josh Allen, then Ladd McConkey, and then Pickens probably, then Hunter. I think that's probably what you did. No, that's not Travis. That's not even Travis Hunter. Oh, no. Damn,
geez, yeah.
I don't know. Somebody kicked this right in the sack. I'd probably say you got to...
Ladd. Move left.
Let's trade
Ladd
Jamar Chase. You have to. Sorry, but you're not winning with this team. If anybody says you don't trade Jamar Chase, like, you're not understanding the dilemma that our boy Super is in. So you got to trade. You got to trade Josh Allen. You got to trade Jamar Chase, or you're trying to trade like a Pollard or Sharps and Pickens. But like even then, you still got tons of vacancies here. So
what if he tries Pickens as his wide receiver too, and he'd have to rely on Pickens and Sharps to work out for him, and he could trade a lad and something else to get into a better running.
I just, if I'm him, I think I'm trading Jamar Chase while maybe let him blow up for a week though. But Chase for BT, the problem is BTJ might go up in value though too. So if you could get someone to buy on I'm gonna buy Chase as he is. I'm not gonna try and get a discount or anything. So Jamar Chase for Hendy and BTJ for Lamb and Harvey, or something like that, or JJ and Harvey, like something like that. If you're gonna go into that wide receiver, top 7-8 overall player wide receiver like JJ or whatever. And if you end up going down to like a Lab McConkey, then you can ask for a Bucky, you can ask for a Genty, you can ask for an Achane. Achane might be, you got Ollie, Achane might be part of this Jamar Chase trade. So Jamar Chase for Achane and a wide receiver like Lad. And then all of a sudden you got this nice little team or you got Lad already, a player like that. So you got this team brewing here. And then you're probably going to have to take Josh Allen, unfortunately, and turn that into Mahomes or into Burrow. Go for Burrow now. I know it sucks to trade Chase away and then bring Burrow in, but Mahomes would be great too. And then Josh Allen down to Mahomes or Burrow gets you a freaking Hendy or Hampton or BTJ or something. And maybe the Josh Allen person you trade Josh Allen to, maybe you're doing this massive trade with them. But Super, you got to do some moves. I mean, Josh Allen and Jamar Chase are one of them have to go. It's just the unfortunate reality of the situation. Tyreek and Pearsall for Chase Brown and Jalen Warren. Give me Chase Brown all day long. Also was thinking about offering CMC and Hunter for Chase Brown in London. No, if you do the CMC trade, you get Chase Brown in, London. I think Hunter's good enough that it's got to be a different player. I'm not giving up Hunter as well. I don't mind doing a 2-for-2, but not giving up Hunter. It's not something I'm willing to do. Average Joe's, appreciate you. Smitty, start to Cup, Fannin, Allen, Tracy. Give me Fannin and Allen. But that's hard. And then this one right here. Who to start? Pickens, Ibuka, or Hunter? Come on, man. I mean, really, are you, Stan? You must have sat Ibuka last week. There's no other explanation for this. I appreciate your $20 hauler, bro.
Alert! Super chat alert!
I'm so mad. Making screen name after screen name.
What? What, Travis?
Someone's so angry, dude. I'm guessing it's Angus making screen name after screen name, putting my name in it.
Yeah. All right. So I would say, just let you know, bro, this is not one that hold on, let me just all right. Okay. Who should I start? Pickens, Ibuka, or Hunter? You're gonna go Ibuka. Thank you for the super chat again. I'm not gonna send you on a lap because you dropped a $20 hauler, but you better not sit Ibuka. I love Travis Hunter and Pickens though. I do love him. QB's Josh Allen, Bucky, Sharvis, Pacheco, Lamb, Hunter, Pickens, Ibuka, Fannin, and Njoku. Also, who to start at running back and tight end? I'm going with Fannin personally over Njoku. And at running back, you're starting Bucky, and I would start Sharps. Obviously, Lamb and Buka are your two wide receivers. And then your flex is going to be between Pickens, Hunter, and Pacheco. So I'm going to go Pickens. I think Pickens has a day. Hunter and Pickens are a tough call, though. Appreciate you, Stan, dropping the $20 hauler. You're the man, the myth, the legend. Stan to the moon. We got another $20 hauler from Paul. QBs, Bo, Fields, wide receiver, St. Brown, Nabers, Hill, Downs, Tillman, running back, Kamara, Jones, Mason, Judkins, Tootin, Strange, Ingram. What should I do? I'm lost. Need a rating and what to do next. Probably going to say with this team, I'm trading Hill. I'm trading Kamara. I'm trying to combine those two gentlemen or Hill and Jones. You could bank on Mason and Judkins taking care of you in Tootin long term. You could really gamble on that. It's going to be a gamble, and Mason would have to be your guy this week, but Judkins could come in strong and be that running back 2 for you as possible. So maybe, or Jones and Mason together is safe maybe. So you trade Kamara and Tyreek Hill for Hampton, Bucky, Achane, Genty. One of those guys would be the easiest way to go. And until you do that, I can't give you like anything better than like a 7.5 just until you get that move made. Once you make that move, you got a baller squad potentially if and when Judkins ends up Angus says he already apologized to you. Okay, Angus, we'll see. Trust you on that. All right, for week 2, start 2, bench 1. Hunter, Hendy, or Pickens. Hunter, Hendy, Pickens, start 2, bench 1. I'm going to probably say Hendy and Pickens are the safest call, is my guess on that. Safest call. But if you want to go high risk, high reward, you could put Hunter in over Pickens, but I think Pickens is going to have a day. So I go Pickens and Hendy. That's tough. I almost feel like you could make a trade and try to get one of those guys into the lineup because, man, that's going to be a tough call each and every week, my boy. It really, really will. So if I drop Olave, do I pick up Benson or Tootin? Probably Tootin if I had to pick one. But honestly, bro, that will change with injury. If Connor goes down, then Benson's a top 12 running back. Perps, thanks again for that $20 hauler. Sorry I kept that up so long. All right, Scotty Doo, you're live as quickly as you can, pal.
What's up, Smitty? Aloha, bro. Appreciate you.
What's up?
One of my leagues, I have Gibbs, Kyron, and RJ Harvey as my 3 top running backs. I got offered Walker, Charbonnet, and JCM for my Kyron, but I'd rather kind of just keep my Kyron. I mean, it's not a terrible offer. I just thought I'd bring it by you to see what you think.
Say what about your whole team?
No. So my 3 starting running backs are Gibbs, Kyron, and RJ Harvey, and I got offered for my Kyron. He offered me Walker, Sharbs, and JCM.
No, Kyron. I was gonna write that down, but no. Nope.
Okay. I mean, it's not bad, but I mean, I'd rather keep Kyron.
Yeah. Kyron's a top 5-6 running back, bro. In my mind. All he does is score,
this
bro.
guy likes a horde running back.
All he does is score, bro. That's all he does. If you give it up,
can you play his video?
Yeah, I'll play it on the way out. Kyron Williams, all he does is score touchdowns, bro. All right, got to go, Scotty.
He turns them frowns upside down when he scores touchdowns.
That's right. All right, later, Scotty.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
All right. Travis, anything else? I'm probably going to call it a night, be back here 2 hours before kickoff. I think we're good.
Yeah, just 2 quick things. You're not sitting Mahomes, right? I see a lot of Mahomes or Kyler or Mahomes or other players.
Not unless we're talking about, is there a world where Dak outscores Mahomes this week because Dak is one of my must-starts? Maybe, but I'm still not sitting Mahomes. No.
And the last thing, and I'll jump off. If you don't have Kyron, you don't even care to own either of those stuffs, right? You'd rather own someone else that's your team's doing it.
For what? For a Kyron trade?
No, if you don't own Kyron, like for example in Markman, I traded Kyron. I have Jarquez Hunter sitting there on the bench.
It just depends. What player can you get? It always depends.
All right. Appreciate it, Smitty.
What player, though? Do you have a couple of players in mind?
Well, I'm not going to yell it out because I know Markman's listening.
Gotcha. All right, yeah. Yeah, I'm not worried about holding those cuffs if you don't have Kyron. All right, later, bro.
Thanks. Bye.
All right. See you tomorrow. Okay. Phone lines are closed. Appreciate everybody. I'm going to actually close them. So no one's going to be able to call in, just so you know. Perp says, it's all good, bro. Don't let me slow you down. You never slow me down. I'm just sorry I didn't message it. Appreciate you, bro. And then Warren with the $5 hauler says, H.N. Sharps, Kenneth Walker, B. Hall, Gordon, Kelsey, Warren. Thanks, Smitty. 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 tight end, 1 flex. So J.J. St. Brown are your 2 wide receivers. H.N. and Hall are your 2 running backs. I don't know why you're listing Hall at the end here. Put them in respectable order, Warren. And then your 2 wide receivers, your two running backs. Then your 1 tight end is going to be Kelsey. Well, I probably go. Kelsey's going to get spoon-fed this game. He has to, right? You don't have anybody. And they're going to game plan for it. But I'm still going to go Warren. And then my flex will probably be Charbonnet. Although you could put Kelsey in if you wanted at flex. It wouldn't be crazy. Chat, if he's got Warren, does he put Kelsey or Sharps in at the flex? I'd probably go Charbonnet. But Kelsey's safe. I think they'll feed him a ton. Yeah, that's tough. Sharps is getting the vote. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one. All right, guys, I appreciate you. I'll be live tomorrow. 2 hours before morning game kickoff. Whenever there's like London games and such, I don't go live before those games, but I go live an hour and a half to 2 hours before kickoff every Sunday morning. We go live after the afternoon games, and then to recap the morning and afternoon. Then we go live after the Sunday evening game to do the waiver wire. So I'll see you all tomorrow morning, roughly 2 hours before kickoff. Appreciate every single one of you. Thank you. Thank you for all the super chats. Thank you for all the gifted memberships. Thank you, Gary, for the freaking Jerry, right? Gary's the one that dropped the $100 holler. Jerry. Thank you. No, it was Gary. Gary dropping the $100 holler. Gary Peterson, the man, the myth, the legend. Perps dropping fire tonight. Thank you, Perps. BBQ dropping fire tonight. Appreciate you, BBQ. See you all later. Behave, Angus. Later, Casey. Later, Random. Later, Slater. Perps to the moon. Michael Hart, appreciate you. Jose, appreciate you. Chris W, Skynet. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, Travis. Thank you, Space Ricky. Thank you, Sick Nasty. Thank you, Blackbeard. Thank you, Vampy. Let's go, Patriots. Pat's Nation, says Aaron. Thank you. Appreciate that last super chat. See you all tomorrow.
He's Kyron, he's 7 feet tall, and he knows how to handle a ball. He's Kyron, he can take frowns and turn them upside down with his touchdowns.
Live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, live whenever big news breaks, and live almost every single night at midnight, and live 3 times tomorrow. After all the games are over, the Sunday night evening game, we do the waiver wire show live. After the afternoon games, we recap the morning and afternoon games, and we go live right before kickoff. 2 hours of a show, kickoff show in the morning before kickoff of the morning game. See you all tomorrow. Deuce.